All right, we're starting with the reading number 7 and reading number 8 together, which is stats and probability. Sir, why are we starting with these two readings together? As mentioned, reading number 7 and reading number 8, I'm doing it together for two reasons. One, they are interconnected. At various point of time, you'll see there is interconnection between the stats and the probability. Hence, I'm doing it together. And second one is, individually, the reading number 7 is very easy and reading number 8 is kind of very difficult. So instead of doing a very easy and a very difficult reading like differently separately, I thought let's integrate it, because there are always like a interact there is always intersection between those two readings at various places. As I'm doing it together. So in today's lecture, you'll see that I'm doing some concepts of statistics, some concepts of probability, and at the end of the lecture you tell me how did you find the concepts of probability in today's lecture, whether easy, whether they're manageable, whether they're difficult. You will tell me about it. So we're going to start with the concept of stats. Stats is nothing but analysis of numbers. So for example, I need to analyze the population of India, and I need to find out what is the average age of the population of India. Population of India, I think now everyone knows it because of the COVID. Everyone knows the population of India. It's around 140 crore. So if you have to get the average age of 140 crore Indians, is going to be a merely impossible job for an individual. To reach out to 140 crore Indians is going to be something impossible. I can't reach out to 140 crore Indians. It's going to be very difficult to reach out to 140 crores and ask for their age. But if I could do it, then I will have 140 crore Indians ka age, and then I can simply calculate their average. But practically reaching out to each and every member of population is completely impossible. So what we do is we sample a 50 people or 100 people, something like that, which would represent a population. So this is called as the process of sampling, where if you can't reach out to each and every member of population, you take out a sample out of population. But important is that sample should have a similar characteristics as that of the population. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए आप सैंपल में अमेरिका के पीपल को इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे. So in the sample of 100 people, if there are 10 Americans, then that will not be a correct characteristics of Indian population, because you wanted to analyze Indian population, so you should have Indians in the sample and not Americans in the sample. So the sample members should be from the population and should have a similar characteristics as that of the population. So as I take up the 100 people in the sample, now I can reach out to the 100 people of the sample easily instead of 140 crore, and then ask for their age and then calculate the average age. This process of sampling के बाद हम जो average calculate करें 100 people का 100 people के age का is called as descriptive stats. Okay, I'm just going to write out. So the first was sampling, that out of 140 crore people, you sample out 100 people. This process is called as sampling, for which we have a separate chapter. Okay, and once you get to the people, 100 people sample, once you get to this sample, then you calculate the average age of the sample. All right. This process of calculating average age is called as the process of descriptive stats. All right. So let's say average age of the sample came out to be, let's say, 45 years. So now I can make a conclusion that from the 140 crore Indians, I have taken a sample of 100 Indians, which should represent the population of 140 crore. So if this sample is a proper representative of population, and average of the sample is 40 years, that means 45 years. So approximately the average age of Indian should be near about 45 years, because average age of sample is 45 years and sample has been taken out of population, and it is a good representative of population. That's what we said, or we assume. So considering that a sample is a proper representative of population and average age of the sample is around 45 years, so the average age of population should be around 45 years. So this is the conclusion that you are driving, that average age of sample is 45 years, and as a reason the average age of this population would also be around 45 years. Now this conclusion would be valid only and only if the sample was taken properly. I repeat, this conclusion would be valid only and only if the sample was taken properly. Earlier I said an example कि sample of 100 में 10 American है. अगर 10 American है, then the sample was not taken properly. In that case, the average age of the sample will not be equal to average age of the population, because sample was not taken properly. But if the sample was taken properly and the sample has the same characteristic as of the population, then average age of the sample and the average of the population would be nearby close. I'm not saying exactly close. So this process of inferring out the average, inferring matlab concluding, this process of concluding out the average age of the population would be very close to the average age of the sample, because sample is similar to the population, is called as inferential stats. All right. So this is called as the inferential stats. When you are making an inference matlab conclusion, you're making an inference about the population based on the analysis of sample. So three things. One, you can't reach out to each and every member of population, and hence you take out a sample, and that sample should have a similar characteristics out of the population. This process called as sampling. Once you take a sample, now the sample is little bit manageable. Only 100 people are there in the sample. So you can reach out to each and every member of the sample and get their age. Age is just one thing I said. You can ask for their height. You can ask for their weight. I was interested in the age. So I asked for their age and then calculate the average age of the sample. This process is called as process of descriptive stats, which we are going to do right now. Okay. And once we get the average of the sample, then we can make a conclusion कि sample का average age है 45 और sample और population के characteristics similar है. So concluding this too, that average age of the sample is 45 and sample and the population have similar characteristics, the average age of the population should be around 45 years. I'm not saying it will be exactly 45 years, it will be around 45 years. This statement is valid only and only if the sample is a proper representative of the population. If sample has some American members, etc., then it won't be a proper representative, then this conclusion would be incorrect. So stating that the average age of the sample and the average of the population, stating that the average age of the sample and the average age of the population would be very close is valid only and only if the sample is a good representative of the population, which is mostly going to be true if you do the sampling properly. And this particular conclusion, where average age of the population would be very close to the average of the sample, is called as inferential stats. All right. Doubts for this particular part? The three things: sampling, descriptive stats, inferential stats. Clear, not clear? Let me know. And if it is clear, if it is not clear, let me know the doubts. Yes, Dharmil.
Oh, no, so sorry. It was a mistake.
Shubham, yes.
So can you please explain the concept of inferential stats again?
Inferential stats is nothing but a process where you have already calculated average age of the sample as 45 years. And based on that, you are making a conclusion that if average age of the sample is 45 years, if average age of those 100 guys is 45 years, then average age of 140 crore would be nearby 45 years, because those 100 guys are a proper representative of the 140 crore Indians. As the sample is a proper representative of population, the sample characteristics and the population characteristics would be nearby same. And if average age of the sample is 45 years, average age of the population would also be nearby 45 years. This is called as inferential stats.
So the last thing I didn't understand, like representative.
Representative means it's a
समझ में
similar characteristics out of the population. Of the sample have similar characteristics as out of the population, which is called as representative.
Oh yes, that I got it. I got that concept.
Yes, Anjali.
So what is the difference between the last 2 points? First one is descriptive and second one.
मतलब आप एवरेज कैलकुलेट करोगे तो जो सैंपल का एवरेज कैलकुलेट करते हो, जो एवरेज एज हमने कैलकुलेट किया सैंपल का 45 इयर्स, दैट्स डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्टैट्स. और वो एवरेज से पॉपुलेशन का एवरेज कंक्लूड करना, दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज इन्फरेंशियल स्टैट्स.
ओके.
ऑलराइट. Would request you guys not to mark kind of understood is the option that I'm going to remove from. I'm going to remove it actually. I don't know why I kept it since long. Either mark yes or no. All right. Moving on. So now we're going to go to the process of descriptive stats, where we already have a sample, and based on that sample, we're going to analyze the characteristics of the sample. Okay. So we already have a sample, and now we are going to analyze the character sample. So I'm not going to take 100 sample because it will be difficult for me to write. So I'm going to take a sample of 3, and their ages are like this: 10, 50, and 90. Okay. So we need to calculate a simple average of that, and any like school guy can also do it. I don't need a calculator for it. But still, I'm going to show you how to do that on the calculator, just to get the calculator to use. It's going to be 10 plus 50 plus 90 upon 3. I mean, it's any calculator can do that. There's no specific or financial over here. So 10 plus 50 plus 90 divided by 3. So that's the average, which is 50. All right. I'm just going to write the average over here. Just for some reason, I'm going to write the average over here. All right, I think it's going to be very clear. I mean, I don't think so that it requires any further clarification. So now I'm going to give you another sample. So this was sample 1. So I'm going to give you another sample, and we need to calculate its average also, which is 45, 50, and 55. So can you guys please calculate the average of this? And tell me in the chat section what is the average of this? 45 plus 50 plus 55 divided by 3. I'll show you 45 plus 50 plus 55 divided by 3. So again, average came out to the same number. So now listen to me carefully. Both the samples had the same average. The 10, 50, 90 and 45, 50, 55. Both the samples have the same average. So if I have to analyze them based on their average, I can say if both the samples have the same average, the samples are kind of similar. अगर दोनों सैंपल का एवरेज सेम है 50 है, then I can say that the samples are similar. But if I say that the samples are similar, I'm going to miss out something. Let's see what I'm going to miss out. Yes, although the average of this sample is equal to the average of this sample, but the samples are not same. There is something important that we may miss out if I say that the samples are similar, and that is this particular sample on the left hand side has observations which are very dispersed away from the mean. Average is also called as mean. There are some samples which are like very away from the mean. Look at 10 and 90, which are very, very away from the mean. But if I look at this particular sample on the right hand side, uska bhi average 50 hai, but if you look at the observation, they are a little bit cluttered toward the mean. Matlab 45 and 55 are very near to the mean of 50, and 10 and 90 are very away from the mean. So basically, although the average of both average of both the samples is same, but the dispersion of the members is not same. The sample on the left hand side had the observations which were dispersed. Okay, 10 and 50 and 90 and 50. बहुत ज़्यादा difference था. मतलब they were not near the mean. 10 and 90 were far away from the mean, but observations on the right hand side, they were very cluttered to the means. So the left one had more dispersion. Dispersion in Hindi, I don't know. Dispersion, मतलब वो observations फैले हुए. मतलब they are not cluttered toward the means. They are like I'm not so good with the Hindi vocabulary. So they are very much dispersed. So they are like not towards the mean. They are like far away from the mean. And observations on the right hand side were more cluttered towards the mean. Okay, so that's the major difference. So the dispersion is very high on the left hand side and very low on the right hand side. So to characterize that, we need some measure of dispersion. So we're going to look at the measure of dispersion. So yes, average is same, but the dispersion is different. So we're going to write the first measure of dispersion. There are a lot of measures of dispersion. The first measure of dispersion is range. The meaning of the word range, the range is matlab highest value minus lowest value. The difference between the highest value and the lowest value. Okay, highest minus lowest. I repeat, highest minus lowest. So let me write over here, range is nothing but highest value minus lowest value. So the highest value over here is 90. Please note, in the exam, they may not give you in the ascending order. Okay, so you have to find out the highest value. You have to look for the highest value. यहाँ पे मैंने ascending order में दिया है, but in the exam, they may not give you. And the lowest value is 10. So the range would be 90 minus 10, that's going to be 80. So the range over here is 80. And if I look at the range over here, is going to be highest value 55 and the lowest value 45. So 55 minus 45, that's going to be 10. So now you can look at it that this particular has a lower range. That means it has lower dispersion, and this has a higher range. That means it has more dispersion. So with the help of dispersion, with the help of range, we can say that if the range is lower, the one on the right hand side, 55 minus 45, highest value 55, lowest value 45. So with that, range is just 10. With that, we can say that the observation, the sample is less dispersed or more like cluttered towards the mean. And the one on the left is like range 90 minus 10, 80 ka range, very wide range. and hence we can say that observations are like dispersed away from the mean. Okay, let me know clear, not clear. If it is clear, let me know in the poll. If it is not clear, please raise hand. Very simple concept, that simple average were matching. So we could have concluded that the samples are same, but they were not same, because the one on the left was kind of like dispersed and the one on the right was kind of cluttered. So we need a measure of dispersion, and that first one was the range, which is nothing but highest value minus lowest value. For the left hand side, it was 90 minus 10, that was 80. So this 90 highest minus lowest, and for this one 55 minus 45, 10. So on the left hand side we have a range of 80, so that's kind of more dispersed, and the right hand side has a range of 10, narrower range, and hence less dispersed. Yes, Aman.
Hi, yeah, just want a question. So given that the observation, one of them is quite dispersed, right? And the other one is quite cluttered towards the mean, right? They both are still valid or legit representative, or would you classify those two different?
But just saying that one sample is different from another, I'm just trying to prove right now that one sample is different from other. So whether they are representative of population or not is a different story that we'll discuss in sampling.
Okay.
Okay, right now we're just doing descriptive stats. We're just going to analyze a sample, but whether samples are representators, they are having same characteristics as that of the population or not, this is what we'll discuss in sampling.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, sir. If the data given dispersion is more, then it shall be more accurate, right?
नहीं वो बाद में देखते हैं हम लोग, वो accurate वही जो अमन को मैंने बोला कि वो representative है कि नहीं, वो बाद में देखते हैं population.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next measure of dispersion is, okay, so let me just delete so I'm going to move on to the next measure of dispersion. So first one was range. Now I'm going to look at the second measure of dispersion. So this measure of dispersion, you're going to be focusing very, very, very clearly. So what we're going to do is we are going to calculate deviation from the mean. Deviation का मतलब है difference from the mean. So let me write, I'm going to calculate difference from the mean. Difference का synonym है deviation from the mean. So for each observation, I'm going to calculate the difference from the mean, which means from each observation, I'm going to reduce the mean. I'm going to subtract the mean. So let me do that. From each observation, let me subtract the mean. 10 minus 50 is minus 40. So I'm going to write D. D stands for difference or deviation. Okay. D stands for difference or deviation. So 10 minus 50, minus 40. 50 minus 50, 0. 90 minus 50, 40. Okay, so basically I'm going to calculate difference of each observation from the mean. That means from each observation I'm subtracting the mean. So I just wrote over there D. So it's going to be minus 40, 0 and 40. If I sum it up, if I have to calculate the average, then I'm going to get a 0 over here. So that's a little bit of a problem, that if I'm going to add the deviation of each observation from the mean, I'm getting a 0. दूसरे ये सैंपल के लिए भी कंफर्म करते हैं कि ये मतलब रैंडमली आया या हमेशा आएगा. Let's check that. So for the second sample on the right hand side, let's try to do the same thing. 45 minus 50, that's minus 5, sir. 50 minus 50, that's 0. And 55 minus 50, that's 5. So again, minus 5, 0 and 5. Again, we are going to get a 0 if I add. So what is the solution over here? The solution over here, that कि अगर आपने left hand side वाला sample भी देखा तो उसमें था minus 40, 0 और 40. So if you add it up, you're going to get a 0. If you see the right hand side वाला sample, उसमें भी minus 5, 0 और 5 था. If you add it, you're going to get a 0. So problem over here is that some observations are above the mean, so वहाँ पे deviations are positive. Like some observations are below the mean, तो वहाँ पे deviations are negative. And if you add it up, the negative deviations are exactly offsetting with the positive deviations, and you're getting a 0. So the solution over here, if you want to avoid that 0, the solution over here is that convert the negative numbers into positive numbers. I repeat, convert the negative numbers into positive numbers. This is called as the concept of absolute value. Absolute value means ignore the sign. So for example, if I say absolute value of minus 5 is going to be 5. So when I ask you sign ko goli maro, sign ko ignore karo, that's what in the statistics world or in the world of quants is called as absolute value. In the engineering ke world mein isko bolte hain mod. Okay, so for just engineers or others guys, you can ignore it. This is a symbol which is called as mod. So इसका आंसर होता है 5, which is nothing but called as the absolute value of 5. Sorry, absolute value of minus 5 is 5. So what we're going to do is, instead of focusing on the deviation, we're going to focus on the absolute value of the deviation. So we got the deviation, now we're going to get the absolute value. Absolute value matlab ye minus sign ko udana hai. Similarly, over here we got the deviation, now I'm going to get the absolute value of the deviation. Matlab jahan jahan you find the negative value, you have to ignore that. So ignoring the negative value is called as absolute value, or the simple negative sign ko goli mare in simple Hindi. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to simply ignore the absolute value, and now we're going to calculate the average. So we're going to calculate the average. So average 40 plus 0 plus 40 divided by 3. So that average is going to be 80 upon 3. 40, 0, 40. That is 40, 40, 0, 40 is 80. So 80 upon 3. 80 divided by 3. So that comes to 26.67. I'll tell you what to call that average. And on the right hand side, let's see it is going to be 5 plus 0 plus 5. That's 10 divided by 3, and that's 3.3. Okay. So first we went with the deviation. Then we ignored the negative sign. So we calculated absolute value of the deviation. And then we calculated average 40, 0, 40 divided by 3. Average in stats is also called as mean. So it's called as mean of absolute deviation. Okay, so I repeat, first we calculated deviation. So let's look at from the scratch. What did we do? From each observation, we subtracted the mean, that is average we subtract here from each observation. So we calculated deviations first, which is 10 minus 50 minus 40, 50 minus 50, 0, 90 minus 50, 40. Then we calculated the absolute value. For that, we simply ignore the negative sign. And then we calculated the average mean absolute deviation, 40 plus 0 plus 40, 80 by 3. So mean absolute deviation is 26.7. And over here, mean absolute deviation is 3.3. As you can see, this is greater. The deviations are higher, and hence the sample on the left hand side is more dispersed. Sample on the right hand side is less dispersed. So karna kya hai? I'm going to take another example, but karna kya hai? First, पहले एवरेज कैलकुलेट करना है. हमने एवरेज ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट किया था, इसके लिए वो स्टेप अवॉइड हो गया. बट पहले स्टेप में यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट एवरेज. देन सेकंड स्टेप में फ्रॉम ईच ऑब्जर्वेशन यू हैव टू सबट्रैक्ट दैट एवरेज वैल्यू, व्हिच वी कॉल इट डेविएशन. देन in the next step you have to ignore the negative sign, which we call it absolute deviation. And then in the next step we need to calculate average, which is called as mean absolute deviation. Okay. So can you have one more example of that? We're going to have two more examples of that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a sample now, and I would request you कि अगर आपके mind में अगर 1% भी doubt है, don't go ahead of me. If you are saying sure कि I can do it without sir's help, how many feel so? Just raise hand. How many feel so? So all those people who have raised hand right now, that those feel I can manage it without sir's help, then only go ahead. If you go ahead and if you make a mistake, I will not be able to repeat it. I'll be able to do the second example. I'll not be able to repeat it. So I repeat, if you have even 1% doubt ki I may not be able to do it without sir's help, go with me. Don't go ahead of me. All right. So I'm just going to give you a population. I'm going to give you a sample. So it's going to be 80 minus 100, 200, 400, and 1000. Okay, so this has sample size of 5. There are 5 members in the sample. So as I said, step number 1 is you need to calculate average. So I'm going to calculate the average first. Okay, so I'm going to calculate average 80 minus 100, 200, 400, 1000 divided by 5. So you have to add this and then you have to divide it by 5. So let's do it on the calculator. You can do it orally also. 80 minus 100. Okay, 80 minus 100 plus 200 plus 400 plus 1000 divided by 5. So that's 316. Okay, average has come out to 316. Okay, I'll repeat it. 80 minus 100 plus 200 plus 400 plus 1000 divided by 5. That's 316. Okay, so that's step 1. This is a lecture where you are not going to be a observator. You're not going to be watching a movie. You're going to be doing the calculations along with me. So I would want every one of you to do the calculations along with me. Aman and Jignesh, do you have doubt? So lower hand in case you don't have a doubt. All right, perfect. All right, so we got a step 1 done. Now in the step 2, I will have to subtract this 316 from each observation, which we call it deviation. All right, so I'll do 80 minus 316 on the calculator. 80 minus 316, that's minus 236. Minus 100 minus 316. So how will I get the minus 100 on the calculator? Look at it carefully. How will I get minus 100 on the calculator? I need to press 100 and then press this key plus minus. Okay, I repeat, 100 and then press this key plus minus. So this is how I get minus 100. Is this clear? I repeat, 100 and then this key plus minus, that will give you minus 100. And from that, you need to subtract the 316. So I'm subtracting 316. So it comes to minus 416. 200 minus 316. So 200 minus 316. So that comes to minus 116. 400 minus 316 should be 84. And 1000 minus 316. That's 684. Everyone clear till here? Yeah, any doubts? Please raise hand in case you have any doubts till here. What I did, I simply first calculated the average, which came out to be 316. Okay. Then from each observation, I subtracted average. So 80 minus 316, that was minus 236. Minus 100 minus 316, that was minus 416. So on and so forth. Okay. ये वाला clear है सबको? ये minus 416 ऐसे है. I mean, how did I do it on the calculator? I repeat this. First, get 100 with a negative sign. So 100 with a negative sign like this. And then from that, subtract the 316 to get that minus 416. I hope everyone is clear till here because no one has raised hand. So I believe everyone is clear. Now comes the second step where we are going to add absolute value to it, which means that I need to delete the negative sign. So negative signs over here and over here and over here would be deleted. And now comes the final step where we're going to calculate mean value of this. So MAD would be, so you have to take the average of this. So 236, 41, 116, 84 and 684 ka average. But before that, Jignesh has a doubt here. Jignesh, go on. Jignesh, unmute.
Hello.
Yeah, Jignesh, go on.
Yeah, the number on the second one is 416. You have erroneously deleted.
This is 416. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Thank you so much. So it was 416. Janmesh, I think that was the thing. I think Janmesh also wanted to learn. So thank you so much. All right. So let's calculate the average now. 236, 416. So 236. Okay. 236, 416. 116, 84 and 684 divided by 5. So the mean absolute deviation came out to 307.2. The MAD came to 307.2. All right. Yes, Priya.
Sir, the 684 कसे आले?
Okay. The 684 is 1000 minus 316.
Okay.
All right. So the
1000 मला
average
100
was-
वाटले.
Yeah. So 1000 minus 316 is come to 684. It's 1000 minus the average 316. So that's how 684 came. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me see how many of you could get to this answer without my help. Let me just take a poll and let me see how many of you could do it without my help. Okay. Don't raise hand. Don't raise. I'm taking a poll. Let me see how many of you could get it without my help. Okay, perfect. Around 80% of you could manage it without my help. 77% of you could manage without my help. Remaining took my help. Fine, no problem. So I'm gonna make your life a little bit more difficult now by giving you numbers with decimals. And now the role of financial calculator will come into play properly. So till that time, because if the numbers are whole numbers, you can manage it on your own with the memories. But now as the numbers becomes like decimals, it becomes more difficult. So use of financial calculator will come into picture over here. Yes, Janmesh.
Sir, in that sum, the range will be 1000
Let's
minus
calculate the
minus.
range over here. Okay, good that he asked. So let's calculate range in the previous example. So let's calculate range. So range would be equal to highest value minus lowest value. So let's identify the highest value over here. The highest value is 1000 and the lowest value is minus 100. All right, so the highest value is 1000 and the lowest value is minus 100. So tell me the answer whether the range would be 900 or 1100. Tell me in the chat section whether the range would be 900 or 1100. Okay, raise hand if you believe the range is 900. Raise hand if you believe the range is 900. All right, 900 is a wrong answer. Understand it. The highest value is 1000, then minus sign as it is, and the lowest value is minus 100. I repeat, highest value is 1000. That's what I've written over here. Highest value is 1000. Then minus sign, this subtraction sign as it is, and the lowest value is minus 100. So minus of minus becomes positive. So the range becomes 1100. So all those people who had raised hand, is it clear? Just let me know in the chat section. It's not 900, it's 1000 minus 100. That's 1000 plus 100, that's 1100. Please let me know in the chat section, is it clear? Janmesh, you got 1100 only, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Is it clear? Those will give me 900 answer. All right, perfect. Now, as I said, I'm going to make your life a little bit complicated. So let me make your life a little bit complicated. So the sample is like this, minus 6.89, 2.34, and 5.67. All right. For this question, I would be saying, do not go ahead of me. Even if you're confident, do not go ahead of me. Okay. For this particular question, do not go ahead of me. Okay. So over here, I need to calculate MAD. So first step is to calculate average. Okay. So let's first calculate the average. Okay. So average minus 6.89, 2.34, and 5.67. So first get 6.89 with a negative sign. 6.89. And how do I get a negative sign? By pressing this key. Okay, let me do it one more time. 6.89 and for negative sign, this key. Plus 2.34 plus 5.67 equal to and divided by 3. 0.3733. So I'll just write 0.37. Now, what is happening is that with the decimals, it was a little difficult. So what we will do in this case, कि ये जो average आया हुआ है, we will store that in a memory of the calculator, and I'll store that in memory number 0. Okay, so I'm going to store that in memory number 0. So how do I do that? Okay, listen to me carefully. Once I get this answer, if I press equal and get this answer, then I'll press STO, which stands for store, STO, and I'll press memory number 0. Okay, STO and 0, that means it will go in the memory number 0. I'll do it one more time for you guys. 6.89 with a negative sign plus 2.34 and plus 5.67 equal to divided by 3. Okay, so you got the average, and then I'm going to press STO 0. So I'm going to store that in memory number 0. Sir, I can remember that number 0.37. Yes, maybe you will be able to remember that number, but still you should know how to use the store and the recall function of the calculator. So here my intention is to teach you both the use of the calculator also and the question also. So now what we're going to do is from each number, we are going to subtract the means. We are going to calculate the deviations. So how will I do that? I'll do minus 6.89, that is 6.89 with a negative sign. So 6.89 with a negative sign like this. And from that, I'm going to subtract. But subtract mean karna hai. Or mean kahan par hai? Subtract average karna hai. Or average kahan par hai? Memory number 0 mein. So memory number 0 ko abhi recall karna hai. So I'm going to press, after I put a negative sign, subtract, I'm going to press recall 0 and then equal to. Okay. And this answer, again, it's in decimals. I don't want to write. So I'll be pressing store 1. Okay. But before I press, okay, let me press store 1. So I'm going to press store 1. Okay, stored in memory number 1. Sir, one more time. No problem. 6.89 with a negative sign like this. From where I'm going to subtract the mean, which was that 0.37, but it was there in memory number 0. So I'm going to press recall 0 equal to, I got the answer. And this answer is deviation. So I'm going to press that in memory number 1, store that in memory number 1. So instead of writing those, I'm going to store that in memory number 1. Okay, Similarly, I'm going to go for the next one, but before that, इसमें कुछ doubt है तो please raise hand. Please raise hand if you have doubts. अगर clear है तो let me know in the poll section. Yes, Krupa, you want me to repeat? Krupa? Krupa, please unmute.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Krupa. Do you want me to repeat?
Have to store in memory number 1.
Okay. You got that 7 minus 7.26?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes.
press STO1.
STO. And where is 1? Okay, okay.
1 is 1. So store 1.
Okay.
Okay. Keep holding. Okay. So now we will be looking at the second one. So it's 2.34 minus mean. Where is the mean? Where is the average?
Memory 0.
Recall 0. So after pressing this, you have to press recall 0 equal to, you got this?
Yes.
Louder, louder. Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Then press STO2. So this answer gets stored in memory number 2.
Okay, sir.
Tell me, dictate me for the last one, how will I do it?
Okay. I should dictate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
dictate, please.
Okay. First write 5.67.
Perfect.
Then minus.
Okay.
Then recall memory number 1.
1 is 0. Where is average stored?
Recall memory number 0.
Do not make a silly mistake. Average is stored in memory number 0. Okay. So from 5.67, subtract recall 0. Is that
Okay.
clear? Press equal to. You got this?
Yeah. Then
Press STO3.
Hmm.
Okay. So got the answer in memory number 3. All right. So now listen to me carefully. You have the deviation stored in memory number 1, memory number 2, and memory number 3. Okay. So now let's recall it to see whether any of them had a negative sign. If we have a negative sign, we need to ignore the negative sign. Remember, if we have a negative sign, we need to ignore the negative sign, because now from deviations, we're going to go to the absolute value of the deviation. So from deviation, we need to go to the absolute value. So just memory number 1, 2, 3 में वो negative sign है, we have to ignore that negative sign. So recall 1, इसमें negative sign है. So I need to ignore that negative sign. So what I'll do is I'll press plus minus, so the negative sign will go away, and then again I will press store 1. मतलब वो negative sign हटा के मैंने वापस उसको memory number 1 में store किया. So when I press recall 1, it was minus 7.26. So I press the plus minus key, I made it positive, and then I press store 1. So the negative sign is gone away. Recall 2 is always positive. It's already positive. You don't need to do anything with that. And recall 3 is also positive. So you don't need to do anything with that. So now we got the deviations in memory number 1, 2, 3. And now the final step to calculate mean absolute deviation. Now take an average of this 3. So simply do recall 1 plus recall 2 and plus recall 3 equal to and divided by 3. So the mean absolute deviation came to 4.84. The MAD came to 4.84. Sir, can you repeat it so that एक बार हमारा final clear हो जाएगा? Okay, no problem. So what I'll do is I'll do it from the scratch. Okay, so first I'm going to calculate this average. 6.89 with a negative sign. 6.89 with a negative sign. Plus 2.34. Plus 5.67. Equal to and divided by 3. The answer came out to be like some points, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press store 0, STO 0, so that the average 0.37 got stored in the memory number 0. Okay, so keep in mind that the average has been stored in memory number 0, and Krupa, just make sure that you remember that the average is stored in memory number 0 and not memory number 1. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the deviations. So 6.89 with a negative sign minus memory number 0. So 6.89 with a negative sign minus average, which is there in recall 0. Okay, so that came out to be 7.26 with a negative sign. I'll press store 1. I don't want to write that, so I'll just write it's stored in memory number 1. Second number 2.34 with positive sign, so nothing to be done, 2.34, and then subtract the average, which is nothing but recall 0. It's 1.96, store that in memory number 2. And lastly, okay, let me write M2. And lastly, 5.67. So 5.67 and subtract the recall 0, which is average, and it's 5.29, store that in memory number 3. memory number 3, and then we get the absolute value of the deviation, which means we need to check कि कहाँ negative sign है. Negative sign तो उड़ा देना है उसको. So let's recall the memory number 1. Yes, यहाँ पे negative sign है तो उसको मैं positive कर रहा हूँ and उसको वापस उसी memory में store कर रहा हूँ. Recall 2 and recall 3 had a positive sign, so we don't need to worry. And now finally we need to calculate mean absolute deviation. So let's take the average. Recall 1 plus recall 2 plus recall 3 equal to and divided by 3. The answer is 4.84. Is this concept clear or not? Let me know if you have doubts. Let me know about it. I'm going to take another question so that you will be able to use the memory of the calculator more prominently. I want to see whether you could use the financial calculator over here properly or not. Answer तो ठीक है, answer तो आपने मतलब normal calculator से भी किया होगा, but I want to see whether you could do it using financial calculator. If any doubts, just let me know. I took a wrong poll actually, but ठीक है, fine. Wanted to know the concepts are clear or not. All right, no problem. Let's look at another question, but before that, Devam, yes, Devam, go on. You don't have to clear the memories of the calculator, guys. Before I answer to Devam, you do not have to clear the memories. You can rewrite on that. Yes, Devam, go on.
Hi, sir. One question is, does this calculator allow you to round off or set the number of decimals that
Yes,
you
yes, yes. So I'm going to tell you how to set the decimals of the calculator. So what you need to do, generally you should have 4 decimals. Like I have 4 decimals over here. So if you have 2 decimals, mostly the calculator, if you install the app, you get 2 decimals. How many decimals do you have, Devam?
So I have 6.
6 decimals, that's big number. You don't need 6 decimals. 4 or 2 is fine. Generally, I prefer 4-1. So what you need to do is press second. Everyone, those have 2 decimals or not have 4 decimals, just press second. Devam did?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then press dot.
Okay.
What did you see? D is equal to 6. You might have seen D is equal
Yes,
to
sir.
6.
Yes, sir.
Others might say D is equal to 2. Those are 2 decimals. Press 4 and press enter. Okay. And then press on off. I repeat, second, dot. Then you will see D is equal to 2 on your screen. Change that to 4 and press enter. And then press on off. How many of you still have 2 decimals on the calculator? Please raise hand. Devam, your problem was solved?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many of you have 2 decimals on the calculator? Okay, how many of you corrected from 2 to 4? Pratik. Hi, Pratik. Unmute, please.
Hello.
Hi, Pratik. How many decimals you have?
2, sir. I corrected it to power 4.
You converted to 4?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right, fine. So now let's look at another question. The guidelines remain same, that if you are 100% sure that you don't need my single help, then only go ahead. If you have like 1% doubt कि शायद मेरा answer wrong आ सकता है, then go with me. Do not go ahead. Okay. So the numbers sample, I'm going to give you 4 this time. And these are, let's say 100.67 minus 30.82 and 40.97 and 300.89. Okay. I need to calculate its MAD, but step 1 to calculate the MAD is average. So first I'm going to calculate the average. Okay. So let's do the calculation of average. First number 100.67 minus 30.82 plus 40.97 plus 300.89 equal to, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, so divided by 4. So the average came out to 102.9275. Let me press STO 0. I repeat, let me press STO 0. So 102.92 something हमेशा press नहीं करना पड़ेगा. So you got the answer in memory number 0. I'll repeat it one more time for you. 100.67 minus 30.82 plus 40.97 plus 300.89 divided by 4. The average 100.9275. Press STO 0. यहाँ तक कुछ doubt है तो please raise hand. Any doubt still here? Please raise hand. पक्का कोई doubt नहीं है? 100% clear है? Okay. So let's go ahead now. From each number we are going to subtract the mean. So 100.67 minus mean. So 100.67 minus the mean. And where is mean? Is there in recall 0. Okay. I repeat, 100.67 is the first number, 100.67 minus the mean, which is recall 0. Got the answer minus 2.25. Let me write store 1. Let me do that store 1. Let me write memory number 1. Second number 30.82 with a negative sign. Okay, by the way, इसमें कुछ doubt है? अगर answer नहीं, how many of you have not got that? The answer which I stored in the memory number 1, just let me know. How many of you not got that? My answer which is there in memory number 1 is this. How many of you have not got that? Raise hand please. To make sure that everyone gets it. I know the online thing is little bit gonna be challenging. I can't see you, so I just want you to respond to me by raising, and if you don't get it. Got it? Wonderful. Minus 30.82. So 30.82 with a negative sign. 30.82 with a negative sign like this. You have to get negative sign like this, and from that you are going to subtract. I'm going to subtract average, which is recall 0, equal to, and I'm going to press STO2. Okay. Let me enable someone. Okay, before that, let me just do it one more time for you. 30.82 with a negative sign like this. And from that, I'm going to subtract the memory number 0, which is recall 0. And that comes to 133.74 with a negative sign. Store that in memory number 2. How many of you could not get this? How many of you struggled in getting this? Raise hand, please. Okay, no struggle. Mehak or Krupa?
Yes, sir.
All right, Krupa, can you tell me for the next one, 40.97, how will I calculate a deviation?
Okay, sir. So first type 40.97.
Okay.
Then minus recall memory number 0.
Okay.
Then equal.
Okay.
Then equals to.
Then that.
And wait, sir, I got confused little bit. Then store in memory number 3.
Good. And store that in memory number 3. Good. You got the same answer, minus 61.95?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Can you guide? Okay. Mehak, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Mehak, can you guide me with this last number?
Yeah, we have to type 300.89.
Perfect.
Minus recall 0.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay.
Then store it under 4.
Store that under memory number 4. So you got the answer stored in memory number 4. All right, perfect. Let me enable one more person. Santi, can you tell me what is the next step now? We got the deviation, Santi. So what is the next step now?
Next step, we will have to check each number and see whether there is any negative sign.
Which is called as absolute deviation.
Absolute deviation.
Okay, let's see that. How do I see it?
We have to go to recall 1.
So recall 1, we have a negative sign. So recall, if I press recall 1, we have a negative sign. So we need to remove that.
Press plus or minus.
Good. So if I press plus or minus, the negative sign goes away, and then again press that into memory number 1. Do that in memory number 1.
Yeah,
right,
press
good.
store 1.
Good. Now
go to recall 2.
Good. We have a negative sign.
Plus or minus.
Yes, we do. So we need to remove that by pressing plus minus, and then press
store
2. Then recall 3.
Recall 3.
We still have
again
a negative
minus.
sign. So remove that by pressing plus minus, and then press store 3.
Store 3.
And then recall 4, which does not have a negative sign, so no problem. So you got the absolute deviations now. Good. And now we're going to take a simple average. So thank you, Krupa. Thank you, Santi and Mehak. Okay. And I'm just going to take a simple average now. So memory number 1, 2, 3, 4, and uska simple average. So recall 1 plus recall 2 plus recall 3 plus recall 4 equal to, and then divided by 4. The mean absolute deviation came out to 98.98. The MAD came out to 98.98. All right, I'll repeat. Recall 1, just confirm it's a positive number, plus recall 2, plus recall 3, and plus recall 4. Okay, recall 1 plus recall 2 plus recall 3 plus recall 4 divided by 4. It's 98.98. MAD is 98.98. Okay, let me see whether you understood this concept, not understood this concept. Let me see. If it is not, just raise hand, please. Do not mark kind of understood. So, kitna percentage kind of understood, I don't know. So, either mark yes or no. All right. It's clear to everyone. Yes, ask it out, please. Kushal?
Sir, after we remove negative sign, we again need to store it, right?
Yeah, you again need to store that in the memory.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Aman.
Yeah, I understood the how, like how we do this. Just wanted to understand why we do this. Like, why
Because
are we?
basically, we are finding out whether the observations are dispersed or cluttered towards the mean. Like the range was one of the indicator of the dispersion. Higher range or wider range means more dispersion, and narrower range means less dispersion. Similarly, over here, the higher value of MAD means more dispersion, and lower value of MAD means less dispersion. There's some problem with the range, and that is called as something called as outliers. We'll discuss that a little later. Like range में क्या होता है कि एक नंबर अगर काफी higher है, for example in our class, let's say all people are like young and up to like 35, but let's say there's a lady with a 70 years of age comes to take a CFA level 1 for some reason. Then because of her age, the range of the class gets widened. Just because of one lady which is 70 years old, the range of the class gets widened. So the main problem with the range is that that lady, which is an outlier, is making the range wider. Apart from that lady, the class ka constant, the members of the class, the students of the class were having a cluttered age, something between 20 se leke around 35-40 tak. So 20 to 40 would have been the normal range, but just because of that lady of 70 years old taking the CFA level 1 exam, the range of the class becomes 70 minus 20 and not 40 minus 20. So that's a major problem with the range, and hence we need to look at other ways of calculating the dispersion, and that is one is MAD, and we're going to get something more in a while. Have you heard about standard deviation?
Yes, I've heard
We'll
about
come to
standard
that.
deviation.
Yeah, go on, Aman.
Yeah, so just on that, right? So 98.98, which is MAD. How should I read this number
No, you
and
can't
compare
read
this with
that
the
number on an absolute basis. You have to compare that number with the other samples and then find out related to the other sample whether this is dispersed, more dispersed or less dispersed. So on a standalone basis, the mean absolute deviation, or on standalone basis, the range for that matter also will not depict you any picture. It's always in comparison to something else, like India comparison to Canada, India comparison to America, India comparison to Pakistan. So it's going to be comparatively whether we are more dispersed or less dispersed. On a standalone basis, the average age of India will not tell you anything. If I tell you average age of India is 35, it won't tell you anything unless you compare that with something. So basically over here also the average which came out to some 100 and MAD came out to 98. On a standalone basis, it will tell you nothing. You have to compare that with something, and then you'll be able to get to know whether compared to the other sample, whether this is more dispersed or less dispersed.
Okay.
Yes, Shubham.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you please explain in much more simple words? What is higher dispersion, lower dispersion?
Higher dispersion means the numbers are not towards the mean, the numbers are cluttered away from mean. The first sample, 10, 50 and 90, was it whether 10 and 90 were nearby average or far away from the average?
So I still
10 and 90 numbers were nearby average or were far away from the average?
It's like quite far away.
That is the reason I'm saying that is more dispersed. So dispersed means they are not towards the average. The numbers are far away from the average. And we got a second sample, 45, 50, 55. The 45 and 55, were they towards average or were they away from the average?
They were quite near to the average.
That is what is called as less dispersion. So the numbers are towards the average, it's less dispersed. And if the numbers are away from the average, it's more dispersed.
Yes, I got it.
Yes, Dev.
Yes, sir, I wanted to ask that after we comparing, what does mean deviation explain us?
That's
Like
what whether the numbers are dispersed or cluttered towards the mean. If MAD is wider, MAD is higher, the sample is dispersed. And if MAD is lesser, the sample is concentrated or less dispersed.
So more the MAD, we are more accurate. I
Range
think.
accurate नहीं, disperse. Range का क्या था? Wider range मतलब क्या?
Like lowest number and highest number as there. If
नहीं, उसका वो calculate कैसे करना नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Wider range मतलब क्या? More dispersion.
Yes.
Narrower range मतलब less dispersion. वैसे ही higher MAD मतलब more dispersion, lower MAD मतलब less dispersion.
Okay.
Yes, Preeti.
Sir, in this case, what would be the ideal thing? Like the
There's no
mean
ideal
should be.
thing. We have to compare, then they will come to it. So right now, let's not go into the details of it. There are a lot of details right now. Let's stick to it. But there's no ideal thing like that. Yes, Aditya.
Hi, sir. So in the last example, when you say the MAD is 98.8998, so it is like more dispersed now because
That's what
we
I'm
have to
saying. I
compare.
can't say whether it's more dispersed. That's what Aman's question was. What can you infer from that? I cannot infer anything from that unless I'm given another sample, and only when I'm given another sample compared to that, then I can say. So only with the MAD, like say average age of India is 40. So from the average age of India 40, I can't say anything unless I compare that average age of India with average age of Pakistan, average age of China, average age of Sri Lanka, etc.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so now let's go to the concept that you don't like, which is probability. So the same thing over here could be done with the probability. But what is probability? Probability is a chance. If you believe that our CM is going to give you a lockdown, it's not yet certain. Okay, it's not yet certain. He's not saying that there will be a lockdown. He has not said that. But he says, if he says that there would be lockdown, then the probability of lockdown is 100%. Right now, I think we are looking out. Is there a possibility? I mean, can we survive with the lockdown? What will be the loss of the economy, etc.? So there is some chance of a lockdown. If I ask, let's say one of you, let me say Akshay. Okay, what do you think, Akshay? What is the chance of lockdown?
So that would be based on like the
Tell me
current.
your view. What is the chance of lockdown?
Sir, I would say 80%.
Okay, Gaurav, what do you think? What's the chance of a lockdown?
99%.
Okay, so basically, the Akshay said 80% chance of a lockdown, and Gaurav said 99% of the chance of a lockdown. So this chances that they said is called as their subjective probability. According to Gaurav, there is a 80% chance of a lockdown, and according to Akshay, there's 80% chance of lockdown, and according to Gaurav, there's 99% chance of a lockdown. So probability of lockdown according to Gaurav is 80%, and probability of lockdown according to probability of lockdown according to Akshay is 80%, and probability of lockdown according to Gaurav is 99%. Who is right? Who is wrong? It's subjective. So in the case of subjective, no one is right, no one is wrong. Okay, so subjective probability में right या wrong कुछ होता नहीं है. It depends on subject to subject. So Akshay is the subject, Gaurav is the subject. According to Akshay, the probability of lockdown is 80%. According to Gaurav, probability of lockdown is 99%. So these are called as subjective probabilities. So now let me take Jashmeher. Jashmeher, can you tell me if I toss the coin, what is the probability of head? If I toss a coin, what is the probability of head? What is the chance of head? Louder. I can't hear you. Jashmeher, if I toss the coin, what is the chance of a head? Simple question. Okay, Rucha, can you tell me if I toss a coin, what is the chance of a head?
50%.
Good. Okay, Preeti, can you tell me if I toss the coin, what is the chance of a head?
50%.
Okay, Rahil, can you tell me if I toss the coin, what is the chance of a head?
50%.
Okay, so everyone is saying 50%, लेकिन पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में अक्षय ने बोला था 80%, गौरव ने बोला था 99%. तो डिफरेंस क्या है? इस केस में if I toss a coin, the probability of head, everyone said 50% because that was based on logic. That was not based on feeling. Brain, I don't know. Brain and mind, okay, I don't know. So brain. So the second question was a brain wala question where there was a thinking involved कि coin के दो faces है and दो faces are like equal. So there's an equal probability and hence everyone told 50%. This one where there is a logic attached, that probability is called as a priori probability. A priori, A-P-R-I-O-R-I, a priori probability where there's a logic involved. So I call it logical probability, but textbook call it as a priori probability. और जो पहला वाला था वो brain वाला नहीं था, वो mind वाला था. क्या लगता है आपको? 80% chance of lockdown according to Akshay, 99% chance of lockdown according to Gaurav. So that was coming from mind or that was feeling. A feeling-based probability is called as subjective probability, and a logical probability is called as a priori probability. Okay. Next is I want to calculate what is the probability of stock market going up on Monday. मतलब कल stock market ऊपर जाने का chance क्या है? So there are like a few ways. What is the feeling that I have? if I go by my feeling, so that would be called as subjective probability. और एक वे मैं क्या करूंगा कि स्टॉक मार्केट का मेरे पास 20 साल का डेटा है, 20 इयर्स का डेटा है, हर एक ईयर में 52 मंडेज है, 52 वीक्स है तो 52 मंडेज है, तो हर एक ईयर में 52 मंडेज है, 50 मंडेज पकड़ लो, 52 की जगह 50 पकड़ लो, हर एक ईयर में 50 मंडेज है और मेरे पास 20 साल का डेटा है. सो 50 into 20 I have 1000 मंडेज का डेटा. एवरी ईयर 50 मंडे पकड़ लो, 52 होता है, बट राउंड ऑफ कर लो 50 मंडेज, एंड देन आई हैव 20 years ऑफ डेटा ऑफ स्टॉक मार्केट, सो आई हैव 1000 मंडेज ऑफ डेटा ऑफ द स्टॉक मार्केट. तो मेरे पास 1000 मंडेज का डेटा है हिस्टोरिकली. तो उस 1000 मंडेज में से मैं देखूंगा कितने मंडेज को स्टॉक मार्केट ऊपर गया था. लेट्स से आई गॉट टू नो कि 700 मंडेज को स्टॉक मार्केट ऊपर गया था, सो आई कैन से हिस्टोरिकली मंडेज को स्टॉक मार्केट ऊपर जाने का चांस इज 70%. Historically, stock market going up on Monday has a chance of 70%. This is historical probability. Okay, so over here I looked at all the past Mondays in the history. There were 1000 Mondays in the history. Out of those 1000 Mondays in the history, on 700th Monday, let's say stock market has went up. Okay, and that's the reason I'll say कि 700 out of 1000 मतलब 70% chance है Monday को stock market ऊपर जाने का. This is called as historical probability. So Akshay Gaurav वाला केस था कि chance of lockdown कितना है, that is subjective because that was based on the feeling. Akshay feels कि there is 80% chance and Gaurav feels that there is a 99% chance. So that's also subjective probability. The second one is everyone like Preeti and Rahil, everyone said 50% chance of tossing of a coin and getting head. That was thinking based, that was not feeling based, that was thinking based. Rational या logical और a priori probability. And तीसरा is historical probability. Any doubts? Let me know any doubts. Raise hand if you have any doubts with this concept of historical probability, a priori probability, and subjective probability. Yes, Aditya.
Second one you said logical probability is called the word is
a priori.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Dev.
Sir, in historical probability, you don't account the current situation. Like, I agree that last
current history देखना है.
No, sir. Like, I agree that last many Mondays the stock market was usually up, but at this time of second wave in India, the market is usually down. You don't account that.
Subjective हो गया ना फिर. अगर feeling देख रहे हो तो subjective, historical numbers देख रहे हो तो historical.
So, but that's real, no? That second due to second wave,
No,
it's
depends.
usually
I
down.
think probability taken from history is historical probability. Whether that will be right or not in the current scenario, that is different. That differs. Yes, Devansh.
So in historical probability, instead of finding the probability of the market going up by 70%, if I were to find the probability of what percent the market is going to go up by, then that would be inferential or that would still be descriptive.
Historical only. When you're looking at historical data, so I didn't get your question.
So if we change what we are finding, like if we are determining the percentage by which it is going to go up, instead of determining the probability that go up by 70%, then is it still a descriptive?
I'm still not getting your question. Maybe I'll take that with you in person later on.
Okay.
All right. Fine. I am just going to take a 2-3 minutes break just to have a gargle. Thank you, Rohit, for reminding me that. I just recovered from Corona, so still have a little bit of sore throat and a little bit of weakness. So I'll just take a 2 or 3 minutes of break, and then after that, we will see how does the average and the MAD gets calculated when the probability is given. So going to be interesting discussion after like 2-3 minutes. 9:23 we'll be back at around 9:26 to see how does the average and the MAD gets affected because of the probability. So just 2-3 minutes of break. All right, so let's see how does the probability that is given is gonna affect the average calculation and the MAD calculation. So before that, the total probability should always be equal to 100%. For example, according to Akshay, 80% chance of lockdown means 20% chance of no lockdown. 80 and 20 adds up to 100%. According to Gaurav, 99% chance of a lockdown means 1% chance of no lockdown, 99 plus 1, again 100%. So Akshay ke liye 80% lockdown, 20% no lockdown, 80, 20, 100. Gaurav, 99% lockdown, 1% no lockdown, 99, 100. According to Rahil, according to Preeti, 50% head, 50% tail, 50, 50, 100. Okay. And according to me, the historical probability of stock market going up, 70% going up, 30% going down, 70, 30, 100. So keep in mind that the probability always adds up to 100%. Okay. Next, sometimes people say that I am 101% sure that this will happen. How many of you use this language anytime in your conversation? I am 101% sure that this will happen. This statement is technically wrong. You can't be more than 100% sure. 100% matlab 100% sure. Matlab you can't say I tell you 101% chance hai lockdown hone ka. That 101% is wrong because probability cannot be more than 100%. So you can say I'm 100% sure, but never say I'm 101% sure. That's kind of overconfident. That's statistically wrong because probability cannot be more than 100%. You can't be more than 100% sure. 100% like full sure. You can't be more than 100% sure. So please note that the probability cannot be more than 100% sure. So Gaurav stopped at 99%. Some of you might have said, I'm 100% sure that there will be lockdown, but no one can say that there's 101% or 200% chance of a lockdown. Maximum chance is going to be 100%. You can't be more than, the chance can be more than 100%. And similarly, the chance cannot be negative. मतलब probability can't be negative. मतलब अगर आपको लगता है नहीं होगा lockdown, तो chance कितना है? 0%. I believe there is a 0% chance of a lockdown. Lockdown होने ही वाला नहीं है. I believe that there is a 0% chance of lockdown. You can say minus 30% chance of a lockdown है. Okay, so three things. एक, probability हमेशा positive होता है. The chance is always positive. Second thing, कोई भी probability 100% से ऊपर नहीं होता. No probability can be more than 100%. You can't be more than 10% sure. And number three thing, that probabilities always add to 100%. For example, Akshay, 80% lockdown, 20% no lockdown, 80-20 adds up to 100. Gaurav, 99% chance of lockdown, 1% chance of no lockdown, 99 and 1 adds up to 100%. Tail और head का था, head 50%, tail 50% adds up to 100%. मतलब probabilities हमेशा add करते हैं 100% को. So the three things with the probabilities, I'll just write it on the screen, and these are very, 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 very important. Number one, the probability would be always positive. Number two, probability would be max 100%. 100% ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता. And तीसरा, the summation of all probability of lockdown plus probability of no lockdown, probability of head, probability of tail, ये सबका addition 100% होगा. The three rules of the probability, जैसे accounts guys will torture the engineer guy by saying that there are three rules of accounting, three golden rules of accounting. This is the engineer's answer to the accounts guys, that there are three rules of probability. So account guys, these are the engineer's answers for your three golden rules of accounts. Debit what comes in, credit what goes in, you torture them. So now this is a retaliation from them. The probability is always positive. Probability can't be negative. Maximum probability is 100% and summation of all probability is equal to 100%. Okay, lockdown 80, no lockdown 20, 80-20 adds up to 100%. Any doubts with this three rules of probability? Three golden rules of probability. That's what the account and the commercial call three golden. What's golden about it? I don't know. I hope they don't call it platinum. I don't know what's golden rule of accounting. All right, fine. So three golden rules of probability. Are they clear? Probability is always positive. Probability max is 100% and summation of all probabilities should be equal to 100%. Yes, Ninad.
So can probability be zero?
Yes. If I believe that absolutely lockdown होने ही वाला नहीं है, the probability of lockdown is 0%.
Okay, sir. Ask because
Okay,
you
what is the
said
probability? Okay, let me ask you. What is the probability of Donald Trump being Prime Minister of India?
very close to zero.
It's zero. He can't be. He's not a citizen of India, so he can't be. So it's 0%. What is the probability of Narendra Modi becoming Prime Minister of America?
Zero.
Exactly. So if you believe that event can't happen, the probability is zero. Is it clear?
Okay, okay, sir.
What
So
is the-
I asked because you wrote probability has to be always positive.
Positive, matlab zero be positive. Okay, zero positive or zero. Okay, fine. Is it fine?
Yes, yes.
All right. Aditya, you have a doubt? Sorry, Aditya. Yeah, Anjali, go on.
Sir, it can't become a prime minister of US, so it can be negative, na?
नेगेटिव कैसे? नहीं हो सकता तो जीरो ना, चांस ही नहीं है. चांस ही नहीं है मतलब जीरो चांस है.
Okay.
क्लियर? चांस ही नहीं है मतलब जीरो चांस है. जीरो चांस मतलब जीरो प्रोबेबिलिटी.
Okay, okay.
Yes, Aditya.
I forgot to lower my hand.
Right, no problem. So now after we understood the three things about the probability, three types of probability and three things about the probability. Three types of probability: दिमाग वाला, a priori, feeling वाला, subjective, and historical probability. Okay, so subjective probability, historical probability, and logical probability, which is called as a priori probability. And then the three things about the probability, that probability is निनाद के लिए 0 or positive. Second, probability max is 100%, and summation of all probability is equal to 100%. After we learn about these things in the probability, let's try to see how does the probability come into picture in calculation of average and the MAD. Okay, so let me get back to this thing one more time. The same numbers that we have seen one more time. Let me get back to it, and I'm going to calculate the average first and then later on the MAD. बट ये जो नंबर्स है इसके ऊपर मैं एक छोटा सा और एडिशन दे रहा हूं, एंड दैट इज नथिंग बट द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ दैट ईच नंबर. मतलब ये नंबर होने का चांस कितना है, एंड दिस इज 10%, दिस इज 50%, दिस इज 5%, so 10, 60, 65, this is 35%. So this is the new data which has been given to us, which is the probability. 10%, 50%, 5%, and 35%. Let's see whether each number is positive. Yeah, each probability is positive. Number two, each probability, is it going above 100%? मतलब 10%, 100% से कोई ऊपर probability नहीं है तो वो भी ठीक है. और add करते हैं probabilities को 10 plus 50, 60, 60 plus 5, 65, 65 plus 35, 100%. मतलब तीनों रूल satisfy हो रहे हैं. The probability is positive or zero. Any probability is not crossing 100%, and if we add the probabilities, we are getting 100%. So all the three rules of probability are being met over here. All right, fine. So now let's see कि इसको average में कैसे लेते हैं. So listen to me carefully. As you are doing it for the first time, do not go ahead of me. Either you are from engineering background, science background, or commerce background. As you are doing it for the first time, listen to me. You may be knowing it like how to do it, but I may tell you some other approach which you may find interesting. So if you go ahead of me, you may miss out that thing. Okay, so let's look at it how to do it. So what we're going to do is to calculate the average. हमने normally average कैसे calculate किया था कि we took the numbers. Let me just write the numbers like x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4. इसमें these were the numbers. These were x1, x2, x3, x4. So what we did x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 divided by 4. अगर 3 नंबर होते थे x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. If there were 5 numbers, then x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 divided by 5. So this is what we did. So now when the probabilities is given, listen to me carefully what to do. If the probabilities is given, so step number 1, ये जो divided by 4 है उसको निकालना है. So we'll be removing this divided by 4, and each number would be multiplied by its probability. Okay, so each number would be multiplied by its probability. So these are the two things that you'll have to do. First thing would be जो divided होता है, average calculation जो हम divide करते हैं x1 plus x2 by 2 या x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, ये by 2 या by 3 divided by को है उसको निकाल देना है, and हर एक नंबर को उसके probability के साथ multiply कर देना है. So we're going to multiply each number by its probability. So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply this 10% by its, we're going to multiply the number 100.67 by its probability. Okay, let's do it. 100.67 multiplied by 10%. 100.67 multiplied by the 10%. Again, I don't want to write this answer. If you want, you can write this answer, by the way. There's no harm, but I don't want to write this answer. So what I'll do, I'll press store 1. Okay, I'll press store 1. So this is done. So up next part, I'll take the minus 30.82 and I'll multiply it by its probability. So minus 30.82 into 50%. So 30.82 with a negative sign and multiplied by its probability, which is 50%. All right. So you got that? Press STO2. So pehla wala answer was there in memory number 1. Second one answer is there in memory number 2. Let's go for the third one. 40.97 into 5%. So 40.97 into 5% equal to STO3. So third one answer is there in memory number 3. And now final one, 300.89 into 35%. So 300.89 into 35% equal to store 4. It is memory number 4. All right. यहाँ तक clear है? अगर नहीं है तो please raise hand करना. Yes, Sachit.
So this is just like weighted average, right?
Yeah. Probability weighted average. All right. I repeat, यहाँ तक अगर clear है तो mark yes in the poll, and अगर नहीं है तो mark no and raise hand please. Still calculating average, by the way. MAD को हमने अब तक touch नहीं किया. We have not yet gone to the MAD. All right, it's clear to everyone. Perfect. Okay, so now once we are done with that, we're going to add this M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4, because this is what we are supposed to do. You have to add it. So I'm going to do that addition now. So it's going to be recall 1 plus recall 2 plus recall 3 plus recall 4 equal to, so you got to average 102.01. Store that in memory number 0, because ये final answer नहीं, हमें MAD calculate करना है. So you got to average, store that in memory number 0. Okay, so I'll do it one more time for you from the scratch. First number was 100.67 into 10%. 100.67 into 10%. I got that. Store that in memory number 1. Memory number 1. Second number, 30.82 with a negative sign, multiplied by 50%. Got that. Store that in memory number 2. Third number, 40.97 into 5%. Got that. Store that in memory number 3. And then 300.89 into 35% equal to, store that in memory number 4. And then recall 1 plus recall 2 plus recall 3 and plus recall 4 equal to, and then students may make a silly mistake of dividing it by 4. Please don't do that. You have to simply add. You don't have to divide, because divided by 4 हमने पहले ही delete किया था. So you do not have to divide it by 4 because हमने already probability से multiply किया है. So if you have to calculate when they give you probability, you एक तो divided by 4 को निकाल देना है, उसके बाद probability से multiply करना है. So you do not have to divide it by 4. And then once we get this answer, this is not our final answer. So we got the average. So this average will be stored in memory number 0. All right. Yes, Gaurav.
Actually, we didn't like take the absolute value of memory 2. Why is that in probability?
Because we are not calculating MAD as of now. We are calculating average as of now. वो MAD के time है. We are calculating average as of now. Average के time हम negative value को positive नहीं करते हैं. वो MAD deviation को positive करते हैं. We are still not at deviation. We are still at calculation of average.
Sorry.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Average के time negative को positive नहीं करना है. Absolute deviation का time करना है.
Correct.
Yes, Pooja.
Sir, can you please one time tell this recall thing?
You got the memory number 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, I got this.
So now recall 1. How much you are getting on the calculator screen?
10.06.
Plus recall 2. What are you seeing?
Minus 1, 15.4.
Minus what?
15.4.
Correct. Plus recall 3.
Plus recall 3. 2.04.
Plus recall 4.
105.
Equal to, what are you getting?
102.
Perfect. Then press that as store 0. You want the average to be stored in memory number 0. You're good. Yes, Aman. Pooja, is that clear?
Sorry,
just a second, Aman. Pooja, is that clear?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, yes, Aman, go on.
Yeah, sorry, it might be a silly question. You said that you should not divide that by 4. I'm not getting why we are not doing that.
Probability. Understand, when the numbers were given without probability, it was assumed that each number was having equal probability. So basically each number was having 25% probability, which is nothing but 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So in the previous case, when we were dividing it by 4 for simple average, it was divided by 4 because it was a case of equal probability with 4 numbers. That's 25% probability. So instead of dividing it by 4, if you would have multiplied each number by 25%, you would have got the same answer. So पहले वाले केस में ऐसा नहीं है कि divided by 4, but divided by 4 was a shortcut. Basically, हर एक number was having an equal probability, and that was 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4. So instead of multiplying each number by 1 4, we simply added and then we divided by 4.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I
it
think
makes
it's not
sense.
clear.
Thank
to
you.
Is it clear? Pakka?
No. Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Alright,
Because
okay.
you're saying that in the earlier example, we are dividing it by 4 because each one is carrying an equal weightage.
Correct.
Here
Each
the
has a
weightage is
different
given.
weightage.
You are already multiplying it, right? And then you just have to sum it up. Got it.
Yes, Janmesh.
Thanks.
Sir, is this same as expected value?
Yeah. Yes, Devansh.
Okay.
So if we want to take a denominator, what we do on weighted mean is we take the summation of all the weights, right? So the denominator
Nothing
could
but
have,
100%, which is nothing
yes,
but 1
right.
over here.
Okay.
All right. So now after we are done with the average calculation, let's move on to the MAD. अभी भी MAD किया नहीं हमने, so we are going to move on to the MAD now. So listen to me carefully now for the MAD. So what we are going to do for the MAD? कि first हमें चाहिए deviation. So first thing that we need is the deviation. Okay. So now we need the deviation. So from 100.67, we are going to subtract the mean, which is stored in memory number 0. Okay, the same thing that we did earlier. So from 100.67, we're going to subtract the mean, which is memory number 0. So let's do that. 100.67. 100.67. From that, we're going to subtract the mean, which is recall 0. Okay, so we got this answer. Now अगला वाला स्टेप अभी ही कर देते हैं. एब्सोल्यूट डेविएशन करना हमें पता ही है, तो बाद में जाके इसका साइन चेंज करना है, तो अभी चेंज कर दे. हमें पता है कि आगे आगे एब्सोल्यूट करना है, तो लेट्स चेंज द साइन एट दिस पॉइंट टाइम ओनली. सो आई एम गोना चेंज द साइन ओवर हियर ओनली. ओके, आई रिपीट. 100.67 minus the mean, which is recall 0. This is our deviation, and we know कि next step में हमें जाके इसका एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू निकालना है, तो नेगेटिव साइन निकालना है, तो अभी मैं इसका नेगेटिव साइन निकाल देता हूं. ओके, सो वी गॉट द एब्सोल्यूट डेविएशन. एंड जैसे हमने एवरेज को मल्टीप्लाई किया था, जैसे एवरेज के टाइम कैसे किया था हमने, x1 x2 x3 x4 और डिवाइडेड बाय 4 नहीं किया था हमने. वी सिंपली मल्टीप्लाइड देम बाय द रिस्पेक्टिव प्रोबेबिलिटीज. सिमिलरली ये जो एब्सोल्यूट डेविएशन आप कैलकुलेट करोगे हर एक नंबर का, this absolute deviation that you will calculate for each number, you are going to multiply it by the respective probability. So instead of dividing it by 4, जैसे हमने पहले किया था MAD, mean absolute deviation के लिए हमने we added them and then we divided by 4. तो इसमें we will not divide it by 4 because there's a probability given. So each number would be multiplied by its probability. So what I'm saying is you first calculate your deviation, remove the negative sign if any, and now multiply by the probability at this step only. मतलब बाद में करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये स्टेप में ही करते हैं. तो one more time, 100.67 minus the recall 0. This will give you deviation. So this has given you deviation. अब उसको absolute value करते हैं deviation के लिए. So let me remove the negative sign and now let me multiply by the probability also. इसका भी अभी मैं कर देता हूँ, probability के साथ multiply कर देता हूँ. So the probability is 10%. So I'm going to multiply by the probability also at this step into 10%. All right, equal to. So this is the answer of the first thing which I got, absolute deviation into probability. अब memory 1 2 3 4 तो occupied है. If you want, you can rewrite on the memory क्योंकि उनका काम हो चुका है. But why to do that? We have total of 9 memories. So I'm going to use the other memory. So let me start with memory number 9. अब मैं उल्टा जा रहा हूँ. So let me store this in memory number 9. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उसके रीराइट करने के लिए, अगर चाहिए तो रीराइट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि 1 2 3 4 का काम हो चुका है. वी ऑलरेडी यूज्ड दोस मेमोरी नंबर 1 2 3 4 ओवर हियर, ऑलरेडी एडेड देम एंड गॉट द आंसर ऑफ एवरेज व्हिच इज टू द मेमोरी नंबर 0. तब ये मेमोरी नंबर 1 2 3 का कोई यूज नहीं है वैसे. इफ यू वांट यू कैन रीराइट ऑन दोस मेमोरीज आल्सो, बट व्हाई टू इफ यू हैव सफिशिएंट मेमोरीज. सो गो फॉर मेमोरी नंबर 9. Okay, so I'm gonna do it one more time for you guys. 100.67, I know you might be irritated, minus the mean, recall 0. You got the deviation, making it positive. So you got the absolute deviation now. So I got this one now, absolute deviation. And now I'm going to multiply it by the probability of that. And the probability of that is 10%. So into 10%. Okay. This I'm going to store in memory number 9. अब आता हूं दूसरे नंबर पे. So I'm going to come to the second number, which is minus 30.82. That is 30.82 with a negative sign. इसमें से मुझे ये average निकालना है, so that I will get deviation. So let me do that. But before that, ये पहला वाला समझा? Let me know. अगर पहला वाला नहीं समझा, second वाला में जाने में कुछ point नहीं है. तो पहला वाला समझा कि नहीं? Let me see. And if your doubts, raise hand please. One person has marked no, rest everyone has marked yes. No wala, please raise hand. Yes, Krupa.
Sir, can you explain the calculation again of that MAD?
Okay. Average समझा, average you got it. Recall zero का answer क्या आपका? Tell me recall zero answer.
Yes, sir, I got this only.
Tell me your answer. Recall zero का answer. Tell me.
102.0170.
Perfect. So now what you have to do is you have to calculate the deviation. So how do you calculate deviation?
Average of
number minus average, not average minus
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, number.
So from
minus
this number you have to subtract the average. And where is average stored?
in zero memory zero.
Good. So can you tell me how do you calculate deviation now? Can you dictate me the steps? How to calculate deviation?
100 minus 100.6.
100.67. Yeah.
Yeah, minus memory zero.
That is recall zero.
Yeah, recall zero.
Okay. So this is the deviation. You got that?
Yes.
Minus 1.34.
Wait, sir, I have not done on my calc.
Do it. Krupa, done?
Wait a second.
Okay, Krupa, maybe you can do it later. Just so this is just look on the screen so that you can do it later because everyone is going to be waiting. Did you get it? It's simple. 100.6 minus recall zero.
Okay.
Do it.
Sir, by mistake I cleared all the
Okay,
stuff.
so now you will have to do it later. So look at it on the screen. 100.67 minus recall zero.
Okay.
You got the deviation. So now what's the next step? How to make it absolute value?
Absolute, you remove the negative sign
Perfect. So how do you remove the negative sign?
by this plus minus
Good. So
reset.
now you got the absolute deviation. Okay. So once you get the absolute deviation, earlier what we were doing, we were simply calculating the average like this. Mean absolute deviation ke liye we are calculating absolute deviation 1 plus absolute deviation 2 plus absolute deviation 3 plus 4 divided by 4. This is what we were doing earlier.
Yes, sir.
When the probability was not given.
Yes.
And now when the probability is given, we do not have to divide it by 4. We have to multiply each number by its probability.
Okay, sir.
So now what I'm going to do is this absolute deviation, I'm going to multiply it by its probability, which is 10%.
Okay.
So I'm going to multiply it by 10%, which is its probability. And the answer which I got, I'm just pressing that in memory number 9, storing that in memory number 9. Is that clear?
Okay.
So this answer I got in memory number 9. So now you have to dictate me for this next number. How will I proceed? Which calculator's keys I'll press?
Okay.
So calculate its deviation from the mean. How will you do it? What will you do?
Okay, sir. So I have cleared all the stuff from my calc.
Don't do it. Just tell me on the screen of how should I do it?
Okay. So first type minus 30.82.
So how do I type 30.82 minus 30.82?
Just type it like.
How will I type it? Like this? No.
No. First type 30.82.
And
Then plus minus this reset.
Okay. So I got that number. Now I want deviation from the mean. So how will I get it?
Okay. Then minus recall zero.
Wonderful. So you have to subtract the mean, which is subtracting recall zero. Wonderful. So did you get a negative number on the screen?
Yeah. So now you have to remove that negative number.
Perfect. So now I'll press plus minus key. So I got absolute deviation.
Okay.
So now we have got the absolute deviation, this one. So now what we have to do?
Multiply by its probability.
Good.
50%.
And what is the probability?
50%.
Good. The probability is 50%. So into 50%, I'll do it. Okay. Into 50% and equal to. So now after memory number 9, I can store that in memory number 8. So I'll press STO 8. Okay. I'll press STO 8. So this answer gets stored in the memory number 8. So did you get it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Perfect. All right. Let me choose some Balika Bakra for doing the next thing. Okay. Okay, Pratik. Pratik, can you help me out with the third thing?
Yes, sir, but I'm little bit confused in my
Let me try to
calculation.
solve your confusion. So tell me, with the third thing, how will you do the deviation? So if you're confused, why do you need to raise hand? If you have doubts, you should raise another. How will I know whether you are confused? Because I can't see you. So if you have some doubts, you should raise hand. Were you getting the answers previously? Whatever we are doing.
No, sir.
So you should have told me. I repeat this, guys. This is absolutely important. Why am I taking polls? Is because I want to find out whether you are following me or not. If you do not get something, if you do not get an answer, simply press raise hand. I'll be there to solve your doubts. So let me solve Pratik's doubt now. Yes, Pratik. So did you get the average first? Or recall zero wala average? Did you get it?
No, sir.
You were not there at that step. Recall zero wala average.
No, sir.
I can't go back now to calculate recall. So you have to see the video recording and tell me
Okay.
whether you got it or not. Did you understand it, but you couldn't do it on the calculator, or you didn't
I
understand?
understand, but I can't do it in calculator.
Okay, so you will have to first see the foundation to math session. Have you seen those?
Yes, sir, but I'm not
Have you
understood
calculated
the
this on your
next.
calculator? Tried it on calculator?
Sir?
Have you done all the calculations in the foundation to maths by yourself on the calculator?
No, sir.
You have to do that.
Okay.
Okay, now you'll have to dictate me the steps like Krupa dictated me. So what will I do with this 40.97 and how will I calculate deviation? Pratik? Pratik?
Yes, sir.
You tell me how will I do calculate deviation?
We can multiply 40.97 into 5%.
40.97 का पहले deviation करना है. How will I calculate deviation from the mean?
Can't understand, sir. Please.
You were following me since, right? I'm asking simple question. How do I calculate deviation? Deviation means difference from the mean. So you have to subtract the mean. From 40.97, you have to subtract the mean. So where is the mean stored?
Sir, can't understand. Sorry, sir.
Were you attentive? I was saying, where is mean stored? Where is mean stored? It's there on the screen. See it. Where is the mean stored? It's highlighted over here. Which memory?
Sorry, sir.
Pratik, were you attentive? Be genuinely tell me, were you
Yes,
attentive
sir.
or were you not there on the front of the PC?
I'm confused
No,
from
I'm asking a simple question. Where is the
probability,
mean
sir.
stored? Is there highlighted on the screen? You can see it. Where is the mean stored?
Mean stored average, sir.
Yeah, mean is average. So where it is stored?
Stored in calculator, sir.
Obviously stored is going to be calculator. Which memory of the calculator is being stored?
Recall 1.
Look at it, Pratik. Be concentrated, full concentration. See, online sessions are going to be very effective if you are going to be concentrative. Online sessions will not be effective if you are going to be looking over here and there. So this was a very simple thing, Pratik. Please next time be very, very, very concentrative. All right, Pratik, tell me where is the mean stored now one more time. I'm not going to leave you across like that. So where is the mean stored? Look on the calculator. Tell me which memory of the calculator the mean is stored.
Recall 9, sir.
Here, average is stored in which memory? What is written? Memory number 0, M0 is memory number 0.
Okay, sir. Memory number 0.
Now tell me, how do I calculate difference? How do I calculate deviation from the mean?
40.97 minus
Good. Minus?
recall 0, sir.
Wonderful. Minus recall 0. Perfect. All right. Wonderful. 40.97 minus the memory number 0. Wonderful. So you got a negative number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can see on the screen, you can got a negative number. One more time, 40.97 minus memory number 0 minus recall 0. So you got a negative number. So how do I convert that negative to positive number? Because I'm calculating absolute deviation.
The plus minus key, press the plus.
Wonderful. So you got the absolute deviation now. So you got this absolute deviation number 3. So now you're going to multiply it by its probability. So where is the probability of that number and what is the probability of that number?
Probability of the 5%.
Wonderful. The probability of the number is 5%. So you're going to multiply it by 5%. So into 5%. So you got this answer 3.05, which I'm going to store in memory number 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just press STO7 for that. STO7. So now you're going to tell me for the final number 300.89. How will I calculate deviation from the mean?
300.89
Good.
minus recall 0.
Minus the average, which you are saying right now properly, which is stored in memory number 0. So minus recall 0. So wonderful, you got a deviation. Is it negative?
No, sir.
No. Started with negative, would have made it positive. It's already positive. So we got the absolute deviation now. So we got his absolute deviation now multiplied by the probability. So what is the probability?
35%.
Perfect. You got it. So good. So into 35%.
Sir.
All right. And equal to, and now 987 ke baad store 6. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So next time, so you got the concept. I'm very happy that you got the concept. But if you didn't get that average value, you tell it to me at that time so that I can repeat it for you.
Yes, sir.
So just raise hand if you don't get any answer. Not just Pratik, and if you don't get some answer in the middle, raise hand so that I will help you out with that. Is that clear, Pratik?
Yes, sir.
Good, wonderful. So now we got all the answers, and now we're going to simply add the memory number 6, 7, 8, 9, and no divided by. As I discussed, Aman also asked about it, and as I discussed, simply going to add those memories. All right. So recall 9 plus recall 8 plus recall 7 plus recall 6 equal to, I repeat, recall 9 plus recall 8 plus recall 7 plus recall 6 equal to, all right, the answer is 139.211. So that's the MAD 139.211. Now it took a lot of time to explain because there were a lot of doubts, etc. But otherwise it's not going to take more than 3 minutes. Okay, let's try it out with 3 numbers this time and not 4 numbers. Okay, let's gonna be trying out with this. Okay, so the numbers are 6. Okay, let me write 6. No, what is happening? Okay, 6.42, 10.99, and 15.63. And their probabilities are 30%, 20%, and 50%. All right. So again, as I say, if you are 100% sure that you don't need my help, then only go ahead. If you believe that 1% bhi chance hai that you will be stuck somewhere, do not go ahead. Because if you go ahead, if you make a mistake, I'll not be able to come back. So if you have a 1% doubt, then stick with me. How many are going to go ahead? Raise hand. How many are going to go ahead? All right, many people are going to go ahead. So all these people, if you are really sure that you are not going to miss out anything, then only go ahead. If you guys go ahead, if you make a mistake, don't blame me. I'm giving you a chance. If you want, stay back. Do not go ahead. All right. So first thing would be calculation of average. Any volunteers, or let me not take any volunteers. Let me take Jignesh on the call. Yes, Jignesh. Help me out with the average calculation, Jignesh. Normally average, how will you do it? Normal average, not the probability average. Normal average, how will you do it? Jignesh, did that?
I will add all 3 and divide by 3.
Okay, so you'll be adding 6.42 plus 10.99, 15.63 and divided by 3. This is what you will do as the normal average.
Divide by 3. Yeah.
So now you will not dividing it by 3. You will not divide it by 3. You will multiply it by their probability, which is 30%.
I will divide by probability.
You will multiply by the probability and you will not divide by anything. So good, Jignesh. All right. Yes. So let me help you out. So yes, Aman, go on. Help me out with that. Calculations.
Sure. So you do 30% times 6.42.
Good. So 6.42 into 30%. All right.
Yep.
Equal to, just again, I'm going to take Pratik also. Pratik, did you get this answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now store that in memory number 1. All right. I'll repeat 6.42 into 30% equal to, and store that in memory number 1. So this answer got stored in memory number 1. Pratik, can you help me out with the second one? How will you do it?
Sir, 10.99 into 20%.
Perfect.
Equal to 2.19.80. And store in a 2.
Store in the memory number 2. All right, Aman, help you out with the third one.
Sure. So the third one would be 15.63 times 50%.
All right.
And this will be store number 3.
Perfect. So we got these answers in memory number 1, memory number 2, and memory number 3. So Pratik, can you help me out with the next step? How do I calculate average?
You can, sir. Sir,
Add this. This
Add
was
this.
supposed to be added. So this is their addition. पहले हमने क्या किया था? We simply added it and then divided by 3 because it was an average, simple
Average.
average. Now we are gonna not divide by 3. I'm gonna multiply by the probability. So you already multiplied by the probability. Now simply add them.
Okay,
Tell me
sir.
how to add it.
Yes, sir. Recall 1, sir.
Recall 1
Plus recall
plus
2.
recall 2
Plus recall 3.
plus recall 3 and equal
Yes,
to.
sir. Equal to. Answer is
And
11.93.
good, and store that in memory number 0.
Okay.
Okay, so you got the average as 11.93, 11.94, something like that, and store that in memory number 0. Did you do it? Did you press STO 0?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. All right, so now you got it. So now we'll come back to the 6.42. Okay, we come back to the 6.42. Now I want you to calculate deviation from the mean. I want you to calculate deviation. So how will you calculate deviation?
No. 6.42
Wonderful.
minus recall 0.
Because you have to subtract the mean, and the mean is stored in memory number 0. So minus recall 0.
0.
Did you get a negative answer?
Yes, sir. 5.5190.
So how will you make it positive?
Press the plus minus key.
So make the plus minus key. So you got the absolute deviations now. So normally once you get the absolute deviation 1, absolute deviation 2, absolute deviation 3, you would add it and divide by 3. This is what you will do it normally.
Yes.
Calculate the MAD. So mean absolute deviation would be absolute deviation 1, absolute deviation 2, absolute deviation 3 divided by 3. But over here will not divide it by 3 because probabilities is given and each number would be multiplied by its probability.
Yes, sir.
So right now we just got absolute deviation 1 and now we're going to multiply it by its probability. So what is the probability?
It's 30%.
Good. So we're going to multiply it by 30%. So let me multiply it by 30%. So into 30% equal to, did you get this answer?
Yes, sir. 1.65.
So let me press that as store 9. Okay,
Store 9.
press that in memory number 9, STO 9.
Yes, sir.
All right, Aman, can you help me out with the second one, 10.99? Calculate the deviation from the mean, Aman.
Sure. So it's 10.99
Yeah.
Minus recall 0, which is your average.
Which is your mean average, perfect. You got this one?
And then because it's negative, you want to click on the plus minus sign and make it absolute.
Okay. So this is the absolute deviation that you got. I repeat, 10.99 minus your recall 0, which is your mean. You got a negative number, so you make it positive by pressing this key. So you got the absolute deviation now, and now you have to multiply it by its probability. What is the probability?
For the second one, it's 20%.
Perfect. So into 20%. Equal to, you got this one, 0.1898?
Yes.
Pratik, did you also get this one?
Yes, sir.
And press store 8 STO 8. All right. Priya. Priya, can you help me out with the last one? 15.63. Priya, can you help me out with the last one? 15.63. Okay, she's not. Okay, I think she's not able to unmute. Yeah, Pratik, go on with 15.63.
Yes, sir. We can 15.63.
Yeah.
Less.
Yeah.
Recall 0.
Which is nothing but your deviation from the mean. You got 3.69. It's already positive. So do you need to do anything?
No, sir.
No. Good. So you got absolute deviation 3 and now multiplied by the probability. What is the probability?
50%.
Good. The probability is 50%. So into 50%.
Yes, sir.
Do you got this one?
Yes, sir.
Store that in memory number 7.
7.
Got
Yes,
the
sir, 6. Yes, sir. 7.
1.8455, memory number 7. All right. So you got the memory answer stored in memory number 9, memory number 8, and memory number 7. And now you need to simply add them and divide by 3 or 4.
3.
Divide by nothing. I repeat, I deliberately asked you this question to get you across tab. You have to divide by nothing because when you multiply by the probability, you do not have to divide by anything. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So simply add them. All right. I'm going to simply add them and then we're going to be calculating our MAD. Memory number 789. So recall 9 plus recall 8 and plus recall 7 equal to, I repeat, recall 9 plus recall 8 plus recall 7 equal to 3.69. So the MAD came out to be 3.69. How many of you could manage it without my help? Let me see on the poll. Just taking a poll. And if you doubts, please raise hand. And how many of you, by the way, don't raise hand right now. Doubt ke liye raise hand mat karna. How many of you went ahead but didn't get 3.69? Raise hand, please. Be frank to yourself. How many of you went ahead but didn't get 3.69? Okay, all those 5 guys, did you understand your mistake once when I was explaining? Did you get time to see key what was a mistake, or you got stuck with that wrong answer? Okay, got it. Lower hand if you got it. Later on, if you got it, lower hand. Okay, so 3 of you, I'm not taking their name, 2 of you. Okay, no. Okay, every one of you later on realize your mistake. Fine, fine, good. Okay. So 83% of us could manage to do it without my help. Good, guys, you're doing good. All right. So this is the stats and probability session 1. Actually, I wanted to take a little bit more today. Standard deviation, I wanted to take it, but we didn't get time. That's okay. So what we did today, let's quickly recap it from the stats concept. So we discussed about sampling, we discussed about descriptive stats, we discussed about inferential stats. Population से sample निकालना, sampling. Sample को analyze करना, descriptive stats. और वो analyze sample के analysis से population के बारे में conclude करना. To conclude about the population is inferential stats. Average age of the sample is 40, so the average age of the population would be nearby 40. That's a conclusion, that's inferential stats. Then in the descriptive stats, we started with the average concept, which is simple addition and dividing by 3. Then we discussed probability weighted average, where you don't be dividing it by n, that division would be cancelled, but each number would be multiplied with the probability. Although we calculated average, we knew that there were 2 samples, जिनका average same था, लेकिन one sample was kind of dispersed, like 10 and 90 were far away from 50, but second sample 45 and 55 very, very close to the average. So we wanted a measure of dispersion, and we saw 2 measures of dispersion. One is range, which is simply nothing but highest value minus lowest value. And second one is MAD, where we first calculate deviation, that is from each number we subtract mean. So step 1 is to calculate mean, that is average. So from each number we subtract mean, that is average. And then if that number is negative, then we make it positive, which we call it absolute deviation. So for each number we calculate deviation, and the deviation is negative, we make it positive by removing the negative sign, which we call it absolute deviation. Then if the probability is not given, then we simply add those absolute deviation and divide by n. And if the probability is given, then each absolute deviation would be multiplied by its respective probability, and then you will add it and you will divide by nothing. If probability is not given, simply add the absolute deviation and divide by n. And if the probability is given, don't divide by n, simply multiply each absolute deviation by its respective probability to get the calculation of MAD. There's one more measure of dispersion to find out whether the data is more dispersed or less dispersed. Let's say range wider, more dispersion, range narrower, less dispersion. MAD value more dispersion, MAD value lesser, less dispersion. And the tisra, which is the most famous, which we didn't get time today, is called as sigma or standard deviation. Standard deviation. Standard deviation is another method of dispersion which is very, very famously used in the concept of risk management, which we didn't get time to do it today, which we'll be doing it. Mostly, I'm going to let you know when the next lecture is going to be. Planning it maybe on 14th April if we get time, maybe on 14th April, if it's a public holiday to everyone. Otherwise, mostly on Saturday or Sunday, I'll let you know with the timing. So this was the con session 1 where we covered stats and probability. Part 1. I repeat what we and by the way, let me repeat what I covered. I covered about sampling, descriptive statistics, inferential stats. I calculated the mean as well as the probability weighted mean and MAD and the probability weighted MAD and the range. And by the way, the rules of probability and the 3 types of probability. Rules of probability, the 3 golden rules of probability. Probability is always 0 or positive. It cannot be more than 100%, and summation of all probabilities is equal to 100%. 3 golden rules of probability. The answer of an engineer to a commerce guy. Okay. And then the 3 probabilities, the logical one, which is a priori, coin wala, lockdown wala, feeling wala, which is called as subjective, and historical probability. All right. That's it for today, guys.